having international at camp is amazing because not only is it a cultural experience for you guys as staff members, but also for our kids. Our kids love it. And we have gone from, back, I got to say, we started in 1995 with only 1 or 2 internationals to last year, we hired 115 internationals out of 130 staff members, which, to me should say to you, hey, they have a lot of internationals there. They like their internationals, and we get a lot of returnees year after year because it's one of those things that, I always tell people, I want to try to find the right camp for you because Pinewood may be, the right one for some, but maybe it's not for others. So I'm always trying, I want you guys to get the experience of CCUSA, okay? We're traveling to the States because it's a fantastic program. And whether Pinewood's the one for you or another one would be, it's just find the right feel, find the person that you feel good about, and that's when you come to the States and have a great time because if you're not happy, I'm not happy. It's a long summer for everybody.
Absolutely. Well, look, so you've told us a little bit about the history of Camp Pinewood. How did you get involved in Camp Pinewood? And maybe give us a little rundown about Camp Pinewood. And then we've got a video that I want to jump on and share with everyone that might give them some really good insight.
I have probably one of the best stories of a lot of these camp owners / directors. Okay. I've been at Camp Pinewood now for 34 years. And I started just as most of you are starting today, into the program as a camp counselor. And I worked my way up for 27 years to instructor. I've done maintenance, I've done a little bit of everything. And now I own Camp Pinewood. So I have nothing but great things to say because I have made a life out of this. And this is not where I expected to be. I was a school teacher. And it's one of those things that I got lucky in what I do. And I'm one of those guys that has never worked a day in his life. Okay. Because I love what I do each and every day. So I am a very fortunate man. And I try to, make sure that I give that to my staff members as well, because I see everybody every single day. And I'm always out and about. I never go to my office. And if I do go to my office, I don't like it, and I have to go to my office usually to fire somebody. So I hate going to my office. I will never be in there. And I'm around and I say hello to everybody every single day because that's the joy that the kids give me and my staff members give me is being at camp. And, I was over there today. I go every day, 365 days of the year. I'm over at camp doing something. And then I travel other times to go hire staff and meet people. Next weekend for CCUSA going to Mexico.
Yeah.
So, it's one of those things that, you travel around, meet a lot of people. And, Snowy and I know a lot of people from the last 30 some odd years. And they're still very good friends and close friends, as Snowy is to me and some other people in Australia and New Zealand. Like I've known them. And we haven't been apart for 30 years,
Yep, absolutely. Look, and that's a great thing. I love about Camp Pinewood, and we see that through my years with CCUSA. We've been lucky enough to have staff that have gone to Camp Pinewood and actually come back and worked for CCUSA and been such great ambassadors, not only for Camp Pinewood, but for CCUSA, because they have such a great summer camp experience with you as their leader and leader director and sort of, guiding and mentoring. And I think that's really key. Anyone who's looking for an amazing camp experience, Chris is definitely going to be a great mentor and a guide for you to help you through that summer and give you the most amazing experience. That's what we've got from all of our returning counselors who come back year after year. And I know we've already got a stack that are lined up coming back to Camp Pinewood, which is great. Let's jump on. We'll jump on and let me see if I can share the screen. So bear with me for a minute.
Sure.
Media player, and I'm going to jump on and play your video, and that might give everyone a little bit more rundown on what Camp Pinewood's like.
And that'd be great because then you'll get a chance to ask me questions of what you see.
Yep.
Lyons.
And I'm Chris Carlson, and we're the directors of Camp Pinewood, located in the beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains, just outside of Pensacola, North Carolina.
Chris and I have a combined total of over 40 years here at camp. We are very fortunate to have had the support and guidance of the Levine family during this time, and remain committed to the traditions and values they've enriched Pinewood with for almost half a century.
Camp Pinewood is a traditional co-ed residential camp that provides 30 wide-ranging activities as well as a fantastic field trip program.
We love you, Camp Pinewood!
We have so many great activities and sports that are taught by over 25 highly qualified instructors. Our extensive waterfront includes numerous activities both on-site as well as at the beautiful nearby Lake Bowen.
We love Bowen!
Numerous land sports, horseback riding, tennis, pickleball, drama, arts and crafts, go-karts, archery, and the list goes on and on.
I keep coming back to camp because I love seeing the people that I don't get to see over the year, and I just love it here.
I keep coming back to camp because I love meeting new people and new friends every single year, and I love making them.
I keep coming back to camp because every year is better than the last, and I look forward to it so much.
We take great pride in knowing who our campers are. We greet new and returning campers alike by their name. Your child's well-being and happiness is our top priority. We have over 150 staff on site, which results in a 2-to-1 camper to staff ratio. Our supervision truly is second to none.
My name is Nicole Finkel, and I've been here at Camp Pinewood for 16 summers. And for the past 6 years, I've been a senior activity director. One of the best activities here at Camp Pinewood, in my opinion, is color war. You're able to make lifelong friends and have the best memories. And in years to come, you're able to go back to camp and see your name up on a plaque. Color war truly is one of the best activities here at Camp Pinewood. When it comes to color war breaking out, very few people actually know when and how it's going to happen. Every summer, we try to find a different and unique way to do it and keep the kids guessing every day and at the edge of their seats.
All of our campers experience a diverse field trip program. They visit fun and exciting places such as Pisgah National Forest, Treetops Adventure Park, the Gorge Zipline, French Broad River Rafting, Carowinds Amusement Park, and Frankie's Fun Park.
Chris and I are dedicated to creating a sense of belonging and an atmosphere where everyone feels like family. Summer after summer, we enjoy witnessing our campers form special bonds of friendship. Friendships that will always be cherished. Camp friendships. Friendships made at their home away from home.
That's a great video, Chris. That's awesome. Awesome. And what I want to do is actually, let me just jump on. I'm going to jump back into just to sort of share with everyone, just for those that may not know where Camp Pinewood is. So up on the map, so you'll see it's on the east coast of the US. There's New York, you've got Washington, DC. So below that, we kind of hit into North Carolina. And so if we zoom in, you'll see some of the major cities that are nearby. So you've got Asheville is probably one of the closest main cities, and then you've got Charlotte, which is just a little further out. Where do you normally have folks fly into if they're coming to work for you, Chris?
So we usually fly right into the Asheville Regional Airport, which is only about 15 minutes from camp. So that's very close. We come pick you up from the airport. One thing I always I like that Snowy showed the map I always tell people, look, we're dead in the middle between New York and Florida. So when you're done, you got to remember this is a two-part experience. Okay. So when you're done at camp, now it's time to travel. You know, you're going to make friends at camp and you can travel down to Orlando to go to Disney, or you go up to the Big Apple in New York. So you're dead in the middle of both of them.
Yeah, it's perfect. And for those that don't know, Chris is exactly right. You actually get 30 days to travel before your camp visa starts. Plus you get 30 days to travel afterwards as well, which is amazing. Now, during the summer, Chris, obviously, you know, it's a lot of hard work and you're sort of working with the kids, you know, pretty much every day. So what's the time off schedule like? And I know that most people walk straight into town. You're very close to Hendersonville. So therefore, you know, getting off camp property is not that hard on your time off. Tell us a little bit about that for those that are, you know, for their time off and what they can do.
No, that's the neat part of where our camp is. You can pretty much walk to, I always say every fast food restaurant. Like you walk out of camp less than 3 minutes and you get fat just looking at all the fast food restaurants that are right down the block from camp. So everything's right within walking distance. The movie theater's about a 5-minute walk. Starbucks is 3 minutes. McDonald's is 5. We have a little mall that's a 5-minute walk. Everything's very close.
Perfect.
Yep. And the neat thing about days off too, so you'll get 1 day off each week, okay, as well as a night off, 2 nights off each week. So what happens is from right after breakfast on a day off till midnight, you have off the entire day. And what happens is everybody kind of gets together, they get an Uber, they find an American with a car, and within about 45 minutes at camp, there's all kinds of outdoor activities. There's the mountains, which are beautiful. There's hiking, there's whitewater rafting, there's tubing. This area is beautiful because it's so nice that there's 26 summer camps in our county alone. That's how beautiful the Blue Ridge Mountains are. So there's a lot of summer camps right within, I'd say 20, 30 minutes of Camp Pinewood. Nights off the same way. You get 2 nights off each week, and that's right after dinner till 12 a.m. curfew. Okay, so you'll get 2 nights and a day each week. The other thing too is that you'll also get your laundry taken care of for you while you're here. Laundry, we have a laundry service that picks up your laundry on Sunday and usually gets washed, dried, and folded and brought back on Monday. So while you're at camp, between food and laundry, everything's pretty much taken care of for you, so you don't have to worry about anything like that.
Yeah, definitely. So tell us, what's a typical day at Pinewood like? You know, how do the kids, do they choose classes? What's the role of a camp counselor there? Do you hire general staff or a specialist, or is it a combination of both?
So we have 2 different staff members at Camp Pinewood. Okay, one is a general camp counselor that will take kids around from activity to activity and participate with the kids at tennis, riflery, archery, go-karts, wave runners, whatever it might be. You as a counselor goes from one activity to the other with the kids. Then the other side, we have what are called instructors, and those instructors will teach tennis, horseback riding, golf. So you teach those activities throughout the summer. That's your job. Do you have responsibility with the kids? No, but you live in the cabins with them, you bond with them. The counselors are their real, you know, mom and dad for the summer. Okay. The instructors are their big brothers. Okay. They're not the ones that are coming down on the kids. So those are the 2 different types of staff members we have at camp. So it just depends upon what you're looking to do for the summer. Each one has their, you know, pros and cons to being a counselor or being an instructor. It just depends upon what you feel like you'd like to do for the entire summer. Some people are like, hey, I love tennis. I want to teach tennis the whole summer. Great. That's not a problem. That's what we have. Now, the cool one is waterfront. Everybody loves waterfront. And waterfront is the cool kids at camp because you drive the boats, you drive the wave runners. Everybody wants to hang out with the waterfront people. Okay. So the other thing Snowy had mentioned, okay, talk about a day. Well, the one nice thing about Pinewood is that we do start off a little bit later in the day. Okay. We are not crack of dawn type of people here at camp. We have our first breakfast is until 8:45, and our second breakfast is at 9:45. So we are sleeping in a little bit, but we do run our days until about, most kids don't go to bed till midnight. So when the staff return. So, the day is broken up to where you have 2 activities in the morning. Most activities last for an hour long. Then you have lunch. Then most time is the counselor and instructor's favorite time of the day. It's rest hour. Everybody likes to take a little rest in the middle of the day. And then back out to 3 more activities in the afternoon. So you have 5 total hours out and about. Okay. The day ends. Everybody goes up and takes showers, gets ready for dinner. After dinner, 1 of 2 things can happen. You either have the night off, or if you're on duty, you're going to take your kids to night activity, which is a movie, a scavenger hunt. We have a dance every Saturday night. Everybody gets dressed up on Saturday nights. Superheroes, neon, pirates and princesses. It just depends upon, what's going on Saturday night, but everybody loves dances. And we always have a cookout right before the dance. I give my kitchen staff the night off, and I cook hamburgers and hot dogs for the entire camp. So that's 500 to 700 hamburgers in a night. Takes me a little while, but I get there. But I like to we give the kitchen staff the night off. So
Yep.
it's nice.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking of the food, tell us a bit about the food. Obviously, do you cater for vegetarians, vegans? Do you have a mix there?
We do. We try to do our best to at least accommodate vegetarians. If it's anything over that, vegans or anything, sorry. Okay, we do work with gluten-free.
Mhm.
Okay, we will work with that. But when you get the vegan, we can't get that in the kitchen. We're just cooking for too many people. Food-wise, we always have something hot in the morning, like bagels, waffles, eggs. Those are the hot options. If you don't like the hot option, there's always cereal, fruit, and yogurt in the morning. Lunch, I always say, is a little more kid-friendly. Chicken nuggets, hot dogs, pizza, things like that. Lunch, there's always a salad at lunch and leftovers. And then dinner is, we have a spaghetti night, a turkey night. Taco Tuesday is always a favorite. Like I said, Saturdays is always a cookout. So there's the nice meals come at dinner time, and there's always a veggie option. If it's not a salad, there's always veggies made for those people who need that, a little bit extra care. Okay.
Mhm. Yep, definitely. Look, and I know I've spoken to everyone that sort of goes to camp and they come back and they return year after year. They certainly say that they definitely get fed well at Camp Pinewood. So yeah, absolutely. So it's great.
Nobody ever goes hungry here.
Definitely. Now, just to recap, so it's a co-ed camp. How many campers do you have, and how long do the kids come for their sessions at camp?
So we have 300 campers for 2 sessions. Okay. They're 3.5-week sessions, or some of the kids stay the entire 7 weeks.
Mhm.
Okay. So you might have one group of kids first session, another group second session, or you might have the same kids stay with you for the entire 7 weeks. The one thing that, when you watch that video, our campers mentioned they love coming back year after year. We have a huge turnaround where our kids, for 80% of our kids, return year after year. So, they start at age 8 and they go till they age out at 15. And that says a lot for the camp. It really does. That we have such a good program. And people ask me the question, they always try to corner me. What makes your camp better than others? Okay. You know what? Nothing. Okay. Everybody has the same cool activity. But I will tell you this, Sue mentioned it in our video, and she is my partner. Okay. People say, are you married to Sue? No, Sue is my partner. Okay. My wife is a Kiwi that I met at camp years ago. So people always ask that. But going back to it, it's a family atmosphere. Okay. That's what brings people back year after year, because I know you as a person, not as a counselor in G3, okay, or the counselor in B2. Sometimes some of these camps get too big and people don't know who you are. That's not the case. Sue and I know everybody at camp, and that's what we pride ourselves on, to make sure that, you're seen and you're heard. Okay. You're not just there to work for us. You're there to be a part of us,
Yeah, definitely.
So,
And I've got to reiterate with that, that we've got some staff that, as I mentioned at the beginning, that have come back and worked for CCUSA, and that's what they say. They say they're part of the Camp Pinewood family, and they definitely feel like they're an extension of Pinewood, even if they are back in Australia or New Zealand. So that's an amazing experience there. What we might do is, why don't we open up, please unmute yourself and jump on, ask any questions that you might have. That's the whole great thing about these Zoom chats, is you get the opportunity to fire away and ask any questions that you might have. So please definitely jump on and ask away if you've got any.
Hi, I'm Izzy. I've just got a quick question. Would you say that you've got like an even amount of general counsellors and the counsellors who specialise in areas?
so we have, it's probably, so we have 40 counselors, okay, and about 25 specialists. So, and let me rephrase that, because you have 40 females and 40 males. So you got 80 counselors altogether and 25 instructors, okay? So that's kind of how it all plays out for the summer.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, excellent. Any other questions?
Come on, don't be shy. And remember, the first one's free, and then we charge for the other ones after, anyone's after that.
A couple other things. I guess, what's some of your most popular activities that the kids want to do at camp? Is it the waterfront?
It's all around waterfront. Whether it be the wave runners. If you saw the lake, there's 2 lakes. The second lake has all inflatables in it. It's got the blob. It's got an iceberg. We have a heated swimming pool. So waterfront is huge at camp. The other thing the kids love are go-karts, the horses, and something that you guys might want to try that you've never tried is, we have archery and riflery. Okay, those are pretty huge too. So it's something, that we have, and everybody tries everything. So our schedule is made for the kids. Our kids don't choose the activities. All right, we want everybody to try a little bit of everything, whether it be drama, arts and crafts, golf, horseback riding. If you've never done it before, we schedule you to do it because we want everybody to try them.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what I believe, that's the counselors all get the opportunity to try all of it as well, correct?
Right.
Yeah, it's amazing. So yeah. Any other questions that have been jumping out for anyone?
Hi, yeah, sorry, me again.
Yeah.
What's the age limit for like the campers? What's the maximum age that you'll have there?
So we have our kids go up to 9th grade and they're 15. All right. And then our 16-year-olds become our CITs, or counselors in training. All right. So you've got anywhere from 7 or 8-year-olds all the way up to 15-year-olds.
Okay.
Awesome. Where do most of the kids for Pinewood come from? I know you do get a lot coming up from Florida. Are there other states that?
We do. I'd say 95% of our kids come from South Florida. And that's what's the nice thing too. We have very good parents. And so when you're done with camp, I always say, look, reach out to your families, and your families welcome you down to South Florida. Okay. So you want to go spend, 3 to 5 days, they open up their house to you to go down there and hang out with them and come visit, and you got a free place to stay while you're down in Florida. So the other places, we got Texas, New York. We do have a North Carolina or 2 family, California, and I think we have a couple French coming over this year.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Oh, very cool. Very good. Very good. We might sort of, if there's no more questions, maybe give you the opportunity to give us a quick wrap. Why should folks come and work for you at Camp Pinewood, Chris?
It's going to be a great experience, plain and simple. This will be memories for a lifetime, and I will enjoy it with you because I just enjoy it every single summer. So it doesn't matter what I get into, because I'm always busy doing something. I always enjoy the summer with you and alongside of you. Not, I'm the one that will tell you, look, I'm the leader of the camp. I'm not the boss of the camp. Okay. I don't sit behind a desk and bark orders. I am out there with you every single day, enjoying what camp has to offer.
Excellent.
And I'm going to tell you, or I'm going to throw you in the water, one of the two. I'm going to say, look, go get in the lake, or I'm going to push you in. Because that's what you're here to do. You're here to have fun. It's not just a job. It's a lot of fun.
Absolutely. And look, that's probably the most key thing is like, you know, you've got to lead by example, jump in that water, try all those activities, and those kids will follow you around, especially because we've got those weird Australian and New Zealand accents. So it's great.
Yep. Well, be silly. I always tell people, look, the first week you're here during orientation, okay, you're going to meet everybody, and we're going to have some things that you're going to get dirty. Okay. We want you to get chocolate all over you. We want you to go head first into an ice bucket. You know, we want you to be a kid again. Get in there and have fun. We'll take you guys to an American baseball game. We'll take you bowling. Just get you out and about and get you involved before the kids get there. And then unfortunately, the kids show up and ruin everything. So
exactly. Then you have to sort of, you know, grow up a little bit. So it's all good.
right. Well,
Yeah,
the best part is when you guys after you're there a week with, you know, your staff member friends, and then 300 kids come, you know, in buses, and you're like, oh God, what did I just get myself into? You know,
the butterflies start happening. I still
Right,
remember my first summer. Absolutely, yeah, totally. Yeah, the butterflies disappear very, very quickly. So it's all good. Yeah. You get straight into camp. So it's amazing. So look, if you're really super keen to do the camp program and definitely have an interview with Camp Pinewood in a couple of weeks' time, please jump on, go to ccusa.com.au or go to ccusa.co.nz. Fill in your application form there for the Camp Counselors USA program. Our staff will reach out to you and connect with you to line up, and you just have to let us know that you're keen to have an interview with Pinewood. We'll lock you in for that, and then we'll walk you through the rest of the steps of the application form. It's not that hard. There's a couple of references, questionnaires you'll need to get done. There's an introduction video we get you to do, but of course, if you get on Zoom and have an interview with Chris and get hired, then you don't need to do that one. So that's kind of cool. And then we'll walk you through the rest of the process, organizing your visas. CCUSA is your visa sponsor. We are one of only two in Australia and New Zealand, and by far the largest. So we're here to assist you, make sure that you get to camp. We organize and help you with flights. We work with the travel agent in Australia and New Zealand. So we're there to do the whole lot for you. Certainly, you know, I guess probably to toot our horn, you know, we've been around for well over 35 years. We've placed everyone at camp every year, except for two, which was around when the GFC hit, and then right when COVID hit. So we had a couple that we couldn't get placed on that year, and unfortunately a lot of camps weren't able to go forward. So but even then we still had camp that ran, some camps ran in COVID, and we've been operating through that, and everyone, which I'm really excited to say, gets their visas, because we definitely will make sure that you're getting everything done right and getting through the process. Our role is to make sure we support you and get you to camp. And then when you're at camp, Chris and Sue and the team there will certainly take care of you. And we're there to support you for any emergencies along the way, and here for you when you get back as well. So,
look, I'll tell you guys this. You know, you're working with a class act in Snowy, okay? I've known Snowy for years. I've traveled over there doing the camp fairs, and whenever I come, you know, I'm treated like a person should be treated, and that's the way you guys will be treated as well. He takes really good care of his staff and also you guys as kids that come over here to camp. Okay, I trust in Snowy. He's a class act, and you know that's what I believe in. You know, if I didn't, I wouldn't be here on here chatting. You know, I could do it all on my own, but you know, with Snowy and CCUSA, they're a great group, and I trust them.
Oh, thank you, Chris. Thank you. All right. If any last minute questions?
I just had one, sorry.
Yeah, Jess.
It was just about waterfront. Do the kids kind of range in proficiency, like in the water? Like, do they get split into groups, or are they all just in one group and have like all life jackets on when they're in there?
So that's a good question. It kind of is two-part answer on that, Jess, because so what happens is when we teach the kids how to water ski, we send those kids that are not as proficient to the waterfront, okay? And they have to learn how to ski around our lake 3 times. Once they learn how to ski 3 times, they go down to a big lake where there's our Mastercraft boat down there. And those are the kids who really know how to ski proficiently. Now, the rest of the kids that come for the wave runners, paddle boards, and or, you know, the upper lake, they all come and get in life vests and just get in the water with everybody there. So that's what it's kind of a two-part question. The kids who are learning, will get on a pontoon boat, you'll have a driver, and then you'll have somebody in the water trying to teach them how to water ski at the same time.
Yeah. And then if do they have to do a swim proficiency test when they first get to camp and those type of things, just for general swim?
Yeah, so the first day, everybody gets in the pool.
Mhm.
Okay. The only ones we don't have are kids who have been at camp, since they were like 8 years old. Our oldest kids, we don't make them take a swim test, but everybody, we have 4 age divisions. The first 3 age divisions, all of them have to take swim tests.
Right.
So they jump in the pool, they swim a lap, they have to, tread water. And then after that, if they pass, everybody gets to go in the pool and in the lakes. Only thing is, in our lakes, even if it's a staff member, nobody goes in the lakes without a life vest.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And that's obviously just for insurance and safety precautions there with everything in
Right.
the
Because I got to say, I got to be honest, the picture behind you has those people behind you jumping in the water with no life vest. So I wouldn't allow that.
Definitely. I hope that answers your question there, Jess. Awesome. Great.
Yeah, sorry, I just also wanted to say thank you for answering the question. And my friend actually was a counselor last year at Pinewood. She was the one who recommended me to it. So it sounds amazing. So.
Oh, well, I'm sorry that they did that. No.
Awesome.
Hey, Jess, who is your friend?
Her name is Rachel Stanley Jones.
Yeah, Rachel's coming back. Yep.
Yeah, she is. She was the one who was like, come along as well, because I've always wanted to do it. So she gave me the push.
Yeah,
awesome.
Rachel's a great person. So
definitely.
Yeah,
all right. Well, Jess, definitely jump on, finish that application form, and we can book you in for a chat with Chris and a Zoom interview in the coming weeks. So that sounds awesome. Great.
Yeah, beautiful.
Awesome.
Thanks,
all right.
Jess. I look forward to talking to you.
Awesome. All right. Well, look, we might sign out, but I just want to thank you, Chris, for jumping on and joining us all the way from North Carolina. Thank you so much for giving up your time and telling us all about the amazing Camp Pinewood. And for those that are on board, whether you're watching it live through our Facebook page or watching this on demand later through the video that we recorded, please jump on, give us a call, and happy to answer any questions that you've got. Hopefully, Camp Pinewood's a great fit for you, but remember, if it isn't, we work with about 1,000 camps across the USA. And if you love working with kids and you want to make a great positive impact in their lives, then we'll be able to find you a camp for you and really hook you up. So looking forward to hopefully getting more and more Aussies and Kiwis and other internationals that might also be joining us on this overseas and working in the States in the coming years.
All right. Thanks, Snowy.
Thank you, everyone.